So, have you ever had a really cool idea for a model that you wanted to use to either proxy in your next game of Warhammer or use in a D&D session, but have absolutely no idea to make that happen, right? So, I actually found a pretty cool workflow from a creator on one of the YouTube channels that showed me exactly how to do this. And within a half an hour, I had a model that was just an idea in my head onto my table. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Hot Dust. My name is David, where we go from box to tabletop. So let's make this happen. All right, so let's get right into it here. First, I want to apologize for the graininess of this video here, right? So, anybody who's been watching some of these things here or follows the channel knows I am not a professional video person or anything like that. Just a guy who loves to play, build, paint, and decided to put his mug up on the internet for everybody to see and share my tips and tricks for you to not only put together some pretty kick-ass D&D, Warhammer, War Machine models, or anything that you enjoy putting together, but also now getting into the realm of 3D printing these things to help expand on your armies and different vehicles without really kicking the crap out of your wallet. So I wanted to dip my toes in the water on creating custom minis, right? Looking to put a line together for a game that I'm designing. And naturally, I went to Fiverr and looked to properly hire somebody who knows a hell of a lot more than I do and who's done this a couple of times and would help produce something that is of quality so that I can turn around and offer to people uh, to go ahead and use and potentially purchase the game, right? That's expensive. And I'm not knocking what they charge or anything like that. Um, it's it's their time. It's what they do for a living. It's their profession. I do things on the side that's related to what I do for a living, and I charge a premium for it because it's my time, it's my education. So yeah, I totally get it, and I was willing to go ahead and bite the bullet on it. As a matter of fact, there is a project that I am going to go ahead and fulfill because I just think that's the right thing to do. Even though now I can probably do it myself, but this guy has already engaged with me. We've corresponded back and forth, and I just don't think it's right for me to just pull the rug out of from underneath him. Really nice guy and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead with that project. But moving forward, I might do about 80% of the lifting using this workflow myself and then turn to them to kind of help me push it over the line. Because as cool as it looks, and we'll see this in a second, it definitely could use polishing. It definitely can use a little TLC that I'm still not in the know about, right? So I want to make sure that when I make these things, they're of quality for people. And if I decide to sell the STLs, that, what you guys are going to be printing out, you're going to be happy with. So, in a nutshell, I'm not going to go through the entire workflow. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the model and stuff like that. But in a nutshell, it's using a combination of Google's Nano Bananas and Hitum to go ahead and do this. So I wanted to put together a pretty cool demonite figure that is going to be, she's going to be the one in charge of the underworld setting that I'm setting up. Still haven't named her yet or anything like that, but I did use AI to go ahead and generate some backstory, some lore, and complete stat blocks. So this thing is like totally bananas, man. It's crazy. But let's go ahead and let's get to it here. We'll take a look, and this is what I have. This is what I've got put together. 30, uh, 30 minutes to get everything from concept to the file for me to load into my 3D printer and print out. The print actually took about another 2.5 hours to print, using a 4mm nozzle on a Bambu Lab P1S. And here she is. So I prompted the model to give me, this character here, gave it all the details, how I wanted her to look, the pose, everything, how I wanted the battle standard to be. And once I was able to lock in where I was happy with the images that it was generating for me, then I went ahead and I got different views of the image. So different side profiles, top to bottom profiles, low angle to high angle profiles, basically giving as many reference sources to the model, 360 all around, that I possibly can. And the AI, what I loved about the AI, which the gentleman, I'm going to link to him there, because I think if anybody's interested in doing this, you definitely want to check him out. He's going to do way more justice. I am not going to try to explain how he did it, but this is like the Cliff Note version, man. But you want to give Hitum, which is the mesh software that I used, as much reference as possible, so that it generates exactly what you want. But what I liked about Nano Bananas and what he said was, and I've seen this before, you go ahead and you put a prompt and you get an image from any of the other image generating AIs out there. You get something that's perfect. You're like, this is it. But I just need you to move the text to the left or to the right, or add this text in, or switch out the sword for a hammer. And the next image that gets generated is something totally different. It's not referencing the previous source. That's the problem. With this here, does not change the source at all. It keeps the original subject and just alters what you tell it to, which is perfect. So, like I said, doing that for a little, got to where I was happy, and ran it and Hitum. It did its thing. Now, full disclosure, you can get a file from them with their free option. However, I think you only get like 100 credits. And to run this one here was 60 to get just this with no texture. So you're only going to be able to do like one file a month. It's $10. You get like 1,300 credits. I think if you want to really play around and do something like this, $10, man. I've spent $10 on stupider things. So $10 for the month for me to be able to play around with this thing and get minis for my game is going to be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm freaking stoked, man, because here it is, my first original design out there. So like I said, I'm gonna lock it up, get some more of the detail. I would love to see how this thing is in resin. I do have a resin printer, but I've never used it. I've had it for like 2 years, and I've never used it because I had problems getting it to stick to the plate, and I just got frustrated with it. And these Bambu Labs, love them, love them, love them, love them. Yes, you're not going to get the detail that you do with resin, but that's good enough for me right now. So anyway, this is what I got. This is going to be, once I get it locked in, like I said, it's going to be available on the shop for you guys to either purchase the print version, or debating whether or not I'm going to do the STLs. I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, just wanted to go ahead and show this out here for you all. And let me know what you think in the comments, man. Go ahead and see, has anybody else used a similar workflow or done anything like that? But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me see something. I'm gonna go ahead and, all right, so here, we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at it from different angles, but you guys can kind of see the depth of the details and stuff like that. Got some stringing and stuff in there, but that's the machine. I gotta, maintain that. I've been running that thing hard, well, actually all three of them hard for the past month now. But look at that, man. Look at the details on the back, the spines, You know, the way that the bones come out from the back and stuff like that. That's not bad, man. I mean, it's I think it's pretty cool. Maybe it's because it's my little love child now, so I'm a little biased. But I don't know. You guys tell me. I mean, I got pretty thick skin, man. So if you think it's ass, just say, Dave, that sucks, bro. I've seen better. But for keeping context, first time, that I'm doing this, and here's what I got to show for it. So I'm excited about it. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get ready to prime it up and to paint it, and then I'll actually take some video while I do the painting for this and stuff like that, because I want to show that to everybody. But yeah, really excited. Think what I'm gonna do is, I think once I get this, I don't know. I may do like an original version where I just print a couple like this as is, and then the fine detail ones later on down the road. But think maybe print out a couple of these and give them to subscribers, and that's one of the benefits, man. So if you haven't already, freaking please click the damn button. It doesn't cost you anything, man, and it helps. It helps with this channel growing. It helps open up different, unlocks different things for me to be able to take advantage of, so that I don't have grainy freaking video, and I can actually go ahead and spring for some, better equipment and stuff like that. So again, please, in all honesty, in all seriousness, man, I've seen that from a lot of creators, and I'm going to admit it. I did it too, man. I would just watch their stuff, and then go on to the next one, and now I get it. So I always click it, man, whether I watch them for 2 seconds or 20 minutes or 2 hours. I click it because it takes me 2 seconds, and I get what it does for them. So please, if you're watching this and you're seeing it, just click the button. Help me out. Appreciate it.